windbreak time. Let's get the windbreak put up. So in the bag, we've got pegs, we've got a mallet, we've got a windbreak bag. We'll get that out. So the guide ropes are in the bag and all the poles, so we'll get them out. There's the guide ropes. Put them down. The poles, we've got spikes. Now I've not put this up for a while, so I'm going to have to try and remember as I go along. But basically, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 centerpieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these. So centerpieces are going to go onto here. They just simply one push on there. Look, push on there. So the centerpiece, you've got a point at each end. So we're going to have 4 of them in the end. So whack that on there. Point on the end, so we're going to be left with 4 poles, points at both ends. So that's that bit done. Right. Once you found your position, window part's going to be at the top. So now just getting it in position, I'm just going to put the 4 poles in the relevant sleeve. So there's like a sleeve where you slot the pole through. It doesn't matter which way round. There's a point at both the top and the bottom of these poles once it's all done. So just put the 4 poles in, get it in lane position, go and get the guide ropes from the bag. So there's 8 guide ropes, 2 for each pole, putting them from the top. One's going to go either side, so once you get it in some sort of position, I'm just going to peg it in now here for the demonstration purposes. So it's a bit fiddly if you're on your own. It's a lot easier if there's 2 of you, but to try and show you it can be done, I'll do my best. These guide ropes, basically if you get them in this position, so you've got a little loop at one end, they're all a bit tangled when they're in that bag, and maybe when they come out the bag, so just find the loop, if not make a little loop on one end, and then this end will be where you can adjust it, so you've got a bit of a loop on both ends. There's going to be 2 guide ropes obviously on each pole. It's a little bit fiddly, like I say. I've just got 2 pegs ready on each one. I'm just going to start with 1 pole. I think what I'll do is I'll then go to the other end, get some sort of shape, and then I'll just start pegging them in, and it should go to plan if it's not too windy, so we'll see what happens. But you don't hammer these poles in. I know it's tempting to, but you don't actually hammer these in. It's your guide ropes you're going to put in. So what I'll do, I'll just loop that over there for now. I'm going to just loosely, I'm just going to peg something there. I'm roughly where I want to be, so I've gone like that. Okay, it's going to be around here somewhere, so I'll start with a peg there, and then what I'll do, I'm going to do the same on the other side. I think once you get the first one up, it's slightly easier. It becomes a bit easier, but the first one's always a bit fiddly. So I've got the wind blowing it that way, so I think what I'll do, I'll just peg one in over here to start me off. If it falls down, it doesn't matter. As I say, it's a lot easier when there's 2 of you, because one can just hold that pole piece of cake. So if I just peg that in, let's say here, So now you're just going to work your way along the remaining poles, same as the first pole there. It's just 2 guide ropes per pole, one to the front, one to the back. You're just going to tighten these up as you go along, getting it in some position as you go, and it should all start to take some shape then. And there you go. After a bit of faffing around, to be honest with you, about 5-10 minutes, just putting these guide ropes on. Very, very fiddly on your own. If there's 2 of you, absolute doddle. Single on your own, if it's windy, tricky, doable, but it's quite tricky. But if the 2 of you, it's an absolute doddle, because one can hold the pole, one can peg the guide ropes in, and it's absolute, you know, absolute cinch. But it is quite a breezy day today, so it's doing its job. We can sit there now, and it's absolutely fine. It's just gives us a nice bit of windbreak, a bit of privacy, gives us a bit of screen, and it's lovely. So yeah, you'll just find places to peg these in and tighten them up, and that's basically it. That's your windbreak all set up and done. Give it a go.